on your end too? Oh, there we go. Uh-oh, Chris, we lose you? We might have lost Chris. Oh no. Chris was here and now he disappeared. Little David Blaine, little what's the other one? Not sure. Well, hey, we'll wait for Chris to come back in. He was literally right here on the screen and now he's gone. So I'm not sure where he's at. But we are live, so hey, welcome. We'll give everyone a few more minutes. There he is. He's back. We lost you.
Oh, we are on, huh?
Yeah, we're live. Don't worry. I was giving you a Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Bueller.
Nice. It doesn't seem like it's all right. Looks like we are on. Fantastic.
Hey. It's all good. I said we.
I got the spinning wheel of death, and so I just started going. I was like, well, here we go. Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
and I remembered Aaron's trick. Well, good to go. All right, welcome.
I had a little separation anxiety, Chris. I was worried. You were there, and then you weren't. I didn't know if you were ghosting me. I don't know if you swiped the wrong way. I'm not sure what happened here.
I got a red button right next to your name that says eject presenter, dude. So watch your tongue, sir. Hello, welcome everybody. Thank you for being here today. We got a lot of fun. We got a lot of great stuff to share with you today. Do us a favor. Let us know where you're from in the chat. We'd love to see who's representing today. Oh, we got some great stuff. John and I were just talking. John, I was saying to you as I was watching the Wheel of Death, not being heard or seen or anything there for a moment in no man's land. I was saying I can't wait to be doing these calls for 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people. In the next couple of months. That's getting to. So NYC in the house.
Yeah, William, representing New York all day.
I like it. Oh, so we got some John. Your team lost today. What happened? Sorry to bust your chops.
Man, my Mountaineers. I'm a New Yorker, born and raised, William, but I went to school at West Virginia University, played basketball there, and we just lost. We took a tough L, but all good. Who plays at 10:30 a.m. anyway? Let's turn
Maryland in the house. What is up?
Maryland?
Tri-State would represent on the.
When I was in West Virginia, I could throw a stone from Morgantown and hit Pennsylvania, and the other one could hit Maryland. It was crazy.
That's awesome. All right, we're gonna have some fun today, y'all. I'm very excited about all the new things we got going, and we're gonna be doing this this monthly webinar to really kind of give people an insider look at what's going on, all the resources and all the new tools and all the new things happening here at NASP. So stick around. We got a lot more coming, y'all. We're gonna get started here in just 2 more minutes. So, John, when does March Madness start? When's the bracket start?
Next week, it looks like. Yeah, I think the seeding scheme, we ended up being a 3 seed. We could have been a 2, but we just fell off. But it's okay. Should be. This is for sports for all collegiate athletics. I think they're giving them a free year. They're literally saying, if you want to come back, you can come back. So that's cool. It's sad to see, sports without the fans, because I think that's part of the home field advantage type of home court advantage thing. And so, you got 2,000 fans and they're like trying to make a little noise, but not really. And then they got
that crowd noise.
Seats all separated and guys are technically wearing masks, but they're like hanging around their chin. So I don't know what's really going on.
We're gonna get rolling here in just a moment. Give us 1 more minute. I don't know if you've seen, John, they've got cold call battles going on. Rev Garage over the Rev Garage. If you haven't seen that, that's a cool little bracket system that's rolling out right now. Yeah, very cool. Let's go ahead and get this thing. Rolling, John. Let's have fun with this. All right.
Let's do it.
All right. Welcome everybody. We are proud to be here with you today. We're going to talk about some beautiful things. What is inside the Sales Association? Y'all see that all right? Fantastic. All right, great. Well, we're going to get rolling here. And inside the Sales Association, why are we doing this? Well, first off, why are you here? What's going on with this? Well, the first off is we're doing this because there's so much changing inside the National Association of Sales Professionals. We are adding new content. We are bringing in new people, new experts. our community is growing massively. And so we wanted to start a monthly webinar to really share with, to help digest. Well, we're going to be here about 20 minutes, y'all. But what we want to do is we want to dive in and digest what is going on at NASP. And as the coming weeks come, we're actually getting ahead of scheduling all our content, which is a really beautiful thing. But we're also going to be presenting to you what's in the coming months, what's happening in the coming months that we can get behind, that we can get excited for, that we can register for, that we can plan around, right? And also, we want to hear from y'all too. What are concepts and ideas and topics that you want to hear? As you can see, we've got my man John Oliver, Big John, ex-West Virginia basketball player, and all-around big nice guy. I go by Miami sometimes, McCoy, Chris, but I'm generally one of our hosts here. I also run our podcast. And John, you also see on a lot of our advisor calls as well. John is leading up some really cool things here at the largest sales association in the world. We don't say that lightly. We represent that well. And we want y'all to remember that you are a part of the largest sales association in the world. What does that mean? That means that we leverage content and we leverage a community that's global. And as we begin to bring you more closely together, we give you an opportunity to connect with people in a way that most people don't get an opportunity to do. And so we're going to go ahead and move on. John, tell us what you got going on, John, in the Resource Center. John, no, actually, I'm going to come to you second, John. I'm going to share something first. So for all of you who don't know, the Resource Center is an amazing, amazing asset for everybody here on the call. Why? Well, because the Resource Center actually gives you an opportunity to find all the content that we have, our Daily Dose of Influence videos, our Leads to Growth podcast. For all of you who don't know about the podcast, we've got an amazing podcast. And why is it amazing? Because of the guests that we have. We have really some talented, awesome guests. And I'm going to share right now in the chat one of the link to our podcast in the Resource Center. Now, put a hand up if you've actually checked out the podcast. In the chat there, we'd love to hear from anybody who's checked out the podcast. We've got a great couple of great recent podcasts. One by Nick Aracco, tells a great story about an attorney and how he's leveraged his sales skills throughout his entire life. And another one 2-3 months ago, actually the one before that was about software sales. What's happening in the world of software sales? We've got another topic on there from the sales board, Justin Michael, one of the leaders in SDR and AE and cold call training, tech stack, all that stuff. These guys are experts. So check that out as an amazing resource when you've got some time. John, what do you got going in the Resource Center, buddy? What can you point to in the Resource Center that's been good lately?
Yeah, you know what's really great. I think there's some awesome things. If you go into the Resource Center, there is one. I'll put a link here. It was called Building Trust: 5 Steps to Building Trust. Rod Harrison, our CEO and founder, had written an article. It really awesomely put it in the chat here. Love this. And so this one, you know, we understand that rapport is key, right? And so at the end of the day, we got to develop rapport. One of the three things that I do, the 3 R's I call it, is rapport. And rapport leads to a raving fan, and a raving fan leads to referrals. And so in sales, we love to get sales without having to sell, right? People just come to us and say, Chris, I need what you have. Got a great referral from so-and-so. Let's do the same. And so I think that article really helped people a lot, really goes into the tips and the 5 steps for building that trust and building that rapport. And just give you a quick brief overview. I'll put them in the chat as well, but it's alignment, logic, leverage, solution, and commitment. And so go check that out in the Resource Center. I put I put the link in there as well as the 5 different solutions for that. You'll love that. Check that out, Resource Center. Again, there's so many complementary, different things for our members here. Take advantage of them.
Absolutely, John. And we've got some new things coming up this month as well. So not only do we have that great blog that's amazing, that's all the way at the bottom of the Resource Center tab there, but we've also got some amazing new guest blogs. We've actually opened up our guest blog now. So anybody out there who's looking to submit some great things, we're curating some amazing talent, some amazing relationships to really bring you some of those more specialized skills and additional knowledge that every salesperson needs. So look out for that as well. John, I know you've been working on something big lately. What's going on in the world? So, one thing I know, and John knows this as well, like we don't we subscribe to brands that we love and we're passionate about, right? Most of the brands that I represent, that I wear, that I use, are brands that I'm a raving fan of. Because I've taken the time to test it out. I've looked to see what's out there. And I'm a person that goes out and tells other people, especially when I have some success. And we find a lot of that in salespeople as well. And John, go ahead from here.
Yeah, so what we had an affiliate program, and I think let's be honest, it really wasn't it wasn't the standard that we thought it was. So we kind of reintroduced this. Some may be on the webinar right now, or maybe listening in, but we kind of ramped this up. And like Chris said, raving fan, right? Here's a perfect example. For years, I was sponsored by Nike, right? I was sponsored. I could get all the Nike gear that I wanted. I got 30 pairs of shoes a year. Now that I'm not sponsored by Nike, I still probably buy 30 pairs of shoes a year, which is horrible. And they don't pay me anything, right? They don't give me any kickback. There's no referral link aspect of it. And so we've seen brand ambassadors, we've seen affiliates of different, things. And that's, I've watched that with, let's call it materialistic type of things. What we want to do, since you're salespeople, right? Sales professionals, sales leaders, is if you're a raving fan, let's help you out. Let's get you, let's get you some commissions on just referring what you already love. And we have some people on this call and a lot of people in our organizations that have one, if not both certifications, our CPSP, CPSL. We'll explain a little bit more about what those are later, as well as they just love our programs, right? They love our conditioning. They love the way that our community, our culture, right? How many people out there would love to link arms with us and go have some fun, right? We got this beautiful ranch down in Austin, Texas that we're planning on opening back up. I was actually just watching my basketball, my alma mater play, and there's 2 State Farm commercials that were actually filmed at our ranch. And it's so cool to see that every time I do. I'm like, we can't wait to get together. Oh, there it is, Music Hill. Yeah. Chris put it in the link. Check that out. That's our ranch. So we're going to have some events there. Number one, for NASP as a association. Number two, we really want to help our affiliates and our ambassadors, right? Get this out. We have a goal this year. I'll let you in a little secret. Chris kind of knows is we want to bring in 1 million new members, right? Sounds like monstrous goal. When we first talked about it, I said, let's go for 10 million. Now we dialed it back a little bit, but 1 million new people. There's 1 million people in every city that are in sales that have no idea that there's a culture and a community out there like this. And they absolutely love what we have when they get in. And they're like, how can we share it? So this is the way how we can share it. If it's something that you want to look into, please reach out to me. I'll make sure to put my email in here as well. And you can send me a message. We'll about a call and talk about
it. I love it, John. And I just want to answer, it always hits me the why. Well, why are we doing this? Look, John and I have been selling products all our lives. We've been salespeople, right? Why do we move over to NASP and say, oh, we want to grow this community? Not because we want to sell you on buying the program. We could care less about that. We are building something special here, right? And when you build something special, people come, you attract them, right? And so we're building something very big. Why? Because sales is the #1 skill and trade that people need to move forward in the next 20 years. Bill Gates said it. He wrote an article in Forbes magazine not too long ago about this, right? Influence is a skill that we all need to move forward, and to do it in a beautiful way with a proper intent is something that is valuable in this world. And we want to bring and create bigger communities for people to do that forward. Upcoming webinars. We've got some great webinars coming up. I know we've got a webinar coming up, I believe, next week about handling objections. I've got one at the end of the month with a gentleman named Matt Cameron, who has built a company called Sassy Leaders, Sassy Leadership. And he's one of the top software sales coaches out in Silicon Valley. And he's going to be talking about how to prevent stalled deals, right? Everybody knows you had those deals and you're kind of like, oh man, it's a big one. It's going to hammer. It's going to be awesome. And it's got a lot more moving pieces than the original ones that go right through, right? And it takes a while, and all of a sudden you don't hear back. And all of a sudden that deal in the pipeline is just kind of sitting there floating. Everybody's asking you every month, what's going on with the deal? What's happening? I don't know, right? Well, how do we prevent that from happening? By taking more time at the beginning. You're really going to want to check that out. So upcoming webinars are going to be amazing this month. We're really stepping up our outreach to talent as well. Boom, boom, boom. I guess I filled up on that slide. I got to get rid of that other one, I guess, huh? All right, y'all. So here's what we got. John, why don't you tell people about the sales path? Actually, let me go through the sales path, John. Let you talk about the rest of it, tying it all up in a bow. So here at NASP, the great thing is we have a free membership. That's why we talked about the Resource Center just a moment ago, is because, look, we've got all kinds of availability for everybody to come in and get utilized without investing a single dollar. The daily sales success is an opportunity to focus your mind every single day on ways that you can improve and grow. And you know what they say, how do you become 10 times better? It's a little 1% every day, right? You don't try to do it overnight. And daily success helps you focus that attention, that energy, and really find ways that you can improve and examine different areas of your sales career so that you can grow in each one of those. We also have the seller style assessment. What is that? Well, this beautiful circumplex was designed by some of our top PhDs, right? And this circumplex, what it is, it's like a map. It's a map that tells you where you are and where you desire to be. We all know that, right? There's a little bit of a gap. Here's who we are and here's who we want and see ourselves as, right? And how do we close that gap? Well, this seller style assessment is going to take you through a questionnaire that's going to uncover that place that you're at in a way that you can quantify it and measure it and have some words for it, and also a path on how to get to where you want to go, right? The path is very, very important because when you go to our next level of programs, you go to our certifications. John, why don't you tell them a little bit about our certifications and how we help them condition those new habits and behaviors that they know they need to build, but just haven't been able to do in the past?
Definitely. Well, obviously, there's so many complementary resources of the association, like Chris talked about, right? Complimentary to become a member, the seller style assessment, absolutely love that. The daily sales success, the podcast, the webinars, right? Just the interaction with our members. And then the next level is kind of like, when you've gone from that amateur phase that we all have, right? And I relate this to sports, we want to be a professional, right? And the next step is to be a professional, is to be certified, right? We have 2 internationally recognized certifications, our CPSP, Certified Professional Salesperson, CPSL, Certified Professional Sales Leader. Frequently asked question, is there any prerequisites? No. Anybody can take these. You don't have to be a leader to take the CPSL. You don't have to be a sales professional to take the CPSP. In fact, we actually have some major universities in the United States here that already adopted our CPSP into their business school. University of South Carolina was our first. We have an amazing case study with them. So now you have these young, eager, salespeople getting actually experience, not going into a job interview and saying, "Oh, what's your experience?" They're like, "That's why I'm here, to try to get a job," right? So both of our certifications, what I love about this, Chris alluded to, is the conditioning, behavioral conditioning. A lot of people may have heard that word, really doesn't know what that means. And so we've all heard it takes a certain amount of days to make or break a habit, right? Statistically, you've heard the 21 days, to form a new habit, good or bad. Well, statistics show it actually takes between 18 and 254, depending on the person. Never know, average around that is 66 days. What we've done, we have 45-day programs. These certification programs are each day for 45 days. Now, Chris, you're going to go, how many hours a day is it? Not going to take you hours a day, minutes a day. 15, 20 minutes a day, each day, like Chris was talking about our daily sales success, which is one of our complementary programs. We're going to help shape a new identity for you, right? A new identity as a sales professional, a new identity as a sales leader. And we're really going to guide you through that. On top of that, we'll talk about a little bit more, but you get live advisor calls. There's a team chat that you have. There's videos from our CEO and founder and some of our other professionals. So just amazing value there. Oh, Chris, you're talking, but I'm not hearing words, buddy. I see your lips were moving.
Oh, isn't that cute? I turned my mic off and forgot. Yeah. Hey, I said, they hear from us all the time. Let's let them hear from one of our members.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Here, how about this right here? I've got this right here. Boom, boom, boom. Here's Jen.
Oh.
Here's what Jen has to say.
Jen? No volume, Chris, on my end.
Oh, no volume? Y'all can't hear that?
Volume. She's looking good.
That's too bad. Well, you know what? That's Jen. She's got an amazing. If you didn't see it in the email, Jen's got a great testimonial. And you know what? I guess you want to hear it from somebody else, but sometimes you just can't. I guess we'll turn that screen share
off. One great thing about
Jen
as well, Chris, Jen is actually one of our certified CPSP, CPSL certified, but also she's now an affiliate with us and working on sharing programs with her network, right? Everybody has a different vision. William on here asked a private question, but I'm going to share it as well. And he said, he wanted to, he has an email going out to his clients and can he add NASP? For sure. We want to help anybody become part of this community, this culture, because I think in the past, and it's very interesting when I've talked to, I've talked to many people overseas in the last few months, and they always have such a high regard for what they call, quote unquote, American salespeople. And I found that funny because I'm like, with a stereotype, sometimes in the United States, is salespeople kind of put their hand, I'm in sales. You know, it's not really they're proud. Well, we're sales professionals. We want to be proud about this. And so this is just something amazing. I see, BJ, you had a question here. Awesome. From UK. What's up? How are you?
Awesome. Welcome.
Love it,
John. So what do they know about, so every curriculum and every path of learning, right, has a level of mastery. We always talk about in our camp here going from an amateur to a professional to a master, right, John? And you know, and there's a lot of difference in those roles, right? And a lot of them are the habits and patterns, right? The standard in which you carry on a daily basis. And it's not easy to change your habits and patterns. It is a challenge. It takes time, and it takes time to understand how you did it so that you can continue to do it again and to master it. Our mastery community is second to none here at NASP. The people that we have in this community, the leveling up and the growth that happens on a daily basis it's something you don't see in the world of sales, especially not in corporate America as of late. You see it more in entrepreneurs, entrepreneurs, people in the startup industry, and people really going to take. We see this level of growth in our daily meetings with salespeople from all over the world. Stepping up, leading calls. I run one of the advisor calls. John does a lot of the one-on-one coaching calls. But we all are available for working with teams too. Like, have some initiative out there, y'all. Like, use the resources, lean into the value, find out how you can leverage more of what we have to offer, and get involved in the mastery community. Everybody always asks me, hey, how do I step up my game? How do I get better? Well, take an extra hour out of your week and invest it into a community, and invest in some time where you're going to learn and be around the people that you want to be like. And that's what our mastery community is. Not to mention you've got Rod Harrison for an hour a week, which is
no, Chris, there is a prerequisite for the mastery. Just give everybody an idea. The prerequisite to be in the mastery is that you have to be certified with us. One of our certifications, CPSP or CPSL, which is really great. And then we can talk about this certified master sales professional. We actually just implemented this. This is a combination of both of our certifications and a year's worth of mastery. But again, we can always set up a call or a meeting to talk about that and just kind of dive deeper and also advise you in the right direction.
I love it, John. Listen, we're gonna wrap this up here real quick, y'all. We've got one. We want you to come back here next month. We've got some great new things that we're going to talk about, but we also want you to take the next step forward working with NASP. Why? Because we are going to grow this by 1 million members, and we need more of you to get involved. Why? So that you can help be a part of something special. Because what happens when you help other people? What happens when you get involved in something big? The energy and momentum and vision end up pulling you with it. Right? So look, we're going there, but we'd love for the people around us, the people that found us early, to be a part of that beautiful train that we're on. And so we always like to talk about what makes us different. Why us? Why? There's a million trains together, there's a million businesses, there's a million sales companies, right? But there's not a company like ours. There's nobody out there doing what we're doing right now to the level that we're doing it. We work with what's called a growth quote. Most programs out there have a 3 to 5% completion percentage. Right? Some of the best out there up to 10%, if you're lucky. Our programs have an 85% completion percentage. And our programs are 45 days, as John talks about earlier. Why? Because through the beginning of our programs, you're learning to grow. You're learning to raise your ability to grow, right? You're not just learning. Some of the greatest learners in the world studied how to learn, right? They studied how to learn. What we do is we don't just help you grow. We teach you how to grow. We teach you how to be more flexible, how to utilize the things that come at you, and how to step forward after every single one of those. That's what the growth quotient is. And that's what makes us special and unique. When you get done with our programs, you are a different person. Why? Because you've expanded your identity in a way that you can never go back. I know that may be a little scary sometimes, but the great thing is once you've expanded that identity to that next level, it's your new normal. It feels just as comfortable as the shoes you put on this morning. And so, John, why don't you tell them, look, who out there is not taking the CPSP? It's time to start now. John, tell them why they need to move on this today.
Well, CPFC obviously got, as well as CPSL, they're both 45 days, like we talked about conditioning. And guys, this is something you can do from anywhere at any time, cell phone, laptop, tablet, right? There's no specific time of day that you have to be on a call. You don't have to log in any time of day, anywhere, anytime. We made it completely accessible. The great thing is you're going to get 6 videos, 6 training videos from Rod Harrison, our CEO and founder, known as the Billionaire Whisperer, right? Worked with Fortune 400, 300, 200, 100 companies, right? Obviously, each day you have a little bit of work to do, right? Just like a New Year's resolution. We've all made them. We've all said, oh, I'm going to get in shape. I'm going to start eating healthy. I'm going to start whatever it is. Well, this is something we're going to be there to coach you, to keep you accountable, right? To make sure that you're going to be there every day to guide you. As well as you have your advisor, right? You have your advisors you can ask questions on at all times. You're going to have a team there as well. And there's a weekly live advisor call, right? On top of that, the mastermind. So the weekly group calls, right? This is all a super huge value. You can see here at the bottom. I don't need to go into selling this aspect of it, but let's jump on top of that. On top of that, that weekly live call with your advisor, right? So really we're going to dive into what makes you chick. Now, do you have to be on the call? No, it's not mandatory. Should you take advantage of it? 100%. We actually pay our advisors more than the course cost altogether for yourself, right? So there's going to be amazing insight, really going to prepare you. We're going to help you create the vision, understand some of the challenges that you've had with the vision, right? These self-limiting or unconscious, subconscious behaviors. We're going to go into
I want to put a push in what you just said there.
Yeah.
No, this is not a sales call, this coaching call. This is a value add call. This is a provide valuable insights. The same coaches, advisors like John and I who are coaching level executives at Fortune 100 and 500 companies, on the mentorship of Rod Harrison and our team, we're the ones that are providing you with this value as well. So I just wanted to make sure that they appreciated and knew that, John. Go ahead.
Oh, for sure. And that's looking at this total value. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. You know, with the coaching calls that we're doing, the training videos, right? The content that we have, we know what it's worth. We've been told millions of times by people that we don't charge enough for it, but that's not what we're about. We want to make sure that everybody can be certified, right? No matter what it takes, we're going to get you in there. I mean, the value is over $4,000 worth of value. We do it for $695, right? $695. There's no hidden fees. There's no tax. There's no, what happens if it's straight up. And obviously after you become certified with us as well, it's a cool distinction. Sure, you can put it on your LinkedIn profile. You can put it behind your name. You can put it on your resume. But what you're going to gain, the knowledge that you're going to get, the insight, and the work that you're going to do over 6 weeks, right? 45 consecutive days, it's going to help you for a lifetime in sales and influence, as we know. So huge savings with there. Take advantage of it. Reach out. Drop your email in here if you want, if we can reach out to you as well. Chris, let's go with it, man. It's 2 options. We always have this, right? So do nothing. That's fine. Definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Or, hey, take a leap of faith. Here's the cool part. Risk-free. We offer a satisfaction guarantee. If you go through it, get certified with us, it's not something that you were satisfied with, awesome. Let me know. We'll take care of you, right?
This isn't sales. This is influence. This is a program that will change your life. I have yet to have a person go through this program and not say, I'm far better than I was before this. This far succeeded the value that I expected from it, or exceeded the value I expected from it. This is
we haven't got real. One person that's certified that asked for a refund.
This is our responsibility to communicate this message to you in as clear of a fashion as we can, that you have nothing to risk, that you have only to gain. And listen, that's it, y'all. We're here to answer any questions. We're here to provide value, and we're here to support y'all in any way we can. We're going to send this out.
Yep, BJ, we got you. We got you. Don't worry. I know you.
Yeah, BJ. This whole thing's coming out for sure. It's going to be out in the recording, and we'll include everything.
1 of 3 things, Chris. Okay. Number 1, if you're not a member, join now. It's complimentary. Number 2, take advantage of the seller style assessment, right? Chris went through. Take advantage of the daily sales success. You're already on this webinar. You invested some time, right? We had so many people that registered for this. If you weren't able to make it, rewatch this, go back through it, reach out to us. My email's in here. You can reach out any time of day. It's actually interesting when people go, wait, isn't it like 3 in the morning your time? And I'm hitting them back because we care. We know what we have here. We know that this culture, this community needs to be supported. And to get it where we're going to take it, we put in the time and effort. So you let us know, and we're going to be here to support you.
Yeah, and look, it's like a pizza with different toppings on it, right? If you're not ready to eat the whole pie, just try a little bite and sign up for free. I guarantee you're going to like the way it tastes. All right, y'all. We have fun. Thank you for being
here. Chris, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate
Love you,
everybody
John.
that's on and everyone's watching
We'll be
this
doing
replay.
this again next week.
Let us know how we can support you.
All right, y'all. Sign up for that free membership now. Offers there. We'll see you on the next one.
Take care.